Well, hello everyone, TheOntarioGardener here, back with Plan B Terraform. Now, a few weeks ago I did cover the demo of this game, but I was graciously given a key by the developers. Thank you so much for that. And look at that, there's trains, baby. We didn't get anywhere near trains when we played the demo. So we're going to start this series, and we're going to hopefully make a series out of this. And if you guys watched that video, you saw a little bit of what the game is about, but guess what? There's been a lot of new things. We're up to versions 0.6.5, build 647, early access is where you click on the news. They do have a Discord as well as a Steam forum, but let's go into play. I'm not going to continue the game I have. We're going to do a brand new planet. Planet name is going to be called Ruta Barn. That's our planet. Now, I'm not sure if they're procedurally generated or if they're all the same, but you know what? It doesn't matter because we're going to have fun anyway. So my goal here is to try to just set up and just play. Maybe not do crazy, assembly lines where everything's ratioed and all that stuff. I think we're just going to have some fun and we're going to rock and roll because you can terraform this game. You can you can grow trees and basically terraform the land as you see fit. Now, some of this looks a little bit different than when I played last time. There are new things over here. You have industry things here. You have advanced industry. You have transports. You have terraforming. You have plants. And you also have special buildings, which we don't have any of that stuff right now. We can obviously do the tutorial as we go along here. So you have new what is that? Shoes how or something it's called. I want to actually just turn this off for now. You have at the top, you have the year, this is how many our progression that we have to unlock right now. We can make steel, we can make extractors, and we can make depots. It's basically what we can make using the materials in the buildings that we have over here. And then it won't let you go to level 2 until we get to level 2. But basically we need to get 10 population, I guess is what you would consider this, 0 of 10 to move to the next one. You have temperatures, you have your day. This is how many people you have. I'm not sure what the difference. This actually says your progression, I guess, and this is your seasons right now. Northern hemisphere winter, southern hemisphere is in summer. We're in the northern hemisphere, so that's why it's so cold. If you go down here, I'm not sure if you can actually click on anything down here or not. This is Hydrobard. I mean, we can start anywhere we want. We have iron here, aluminum, we have iron, and we have sulfur over here. I think we're going to start down here, almost near like kind of in the middle. The equator is about here, I guess. Some craters here. Look at these craters. Look at that. That looks so cool. Look at that. I mean, the zooming in and zooming out is still I'm not a huge fan of, honestly, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. So before we got to first start doing it, we have to get set up here to build these things. So there really isn't power in the game as of yet, I guess. We have extractors. So basically we have to build a bunch of extractors, something like this. And everything has to go into a depot, if you remember. And then you choose what you want. We can start this, by the way. They're all going to filter into that. Then that is going to then filter into a factory, which the factories, it now has an automatic pop-up, which is great. So as soon as you place something, you click on what you want, and then that has to go to a depot. Previous version of the game, the demo, you had to place it, then click on it. Now you can just place it and it'll automatically click on it, which is going to be super, super, super helpful for us. All right, we have a nice big setup here. We have one more extractor. So the first thing we want to start building here is extractors. And because that's kind of what we need in the beginning anyway. You right click turns it off. And then you have here, basically, it takes 3 steel bars, this takes 3 mechanical parts. This is to build these things. Depots take steel, and then assembly plants take mechanical parts. We can't make mechanical parts yet because, this is actually just the progression of placing, these are objectives, duh. 10 extractors to place them on the ground, then you unlock the next set of things. That's basically how you want to go about it. This here is kind of more your tutorial type thing. This is the help screen. These are basics, by the way. Your global objectives are to raise your population to 1 million. So far at 9. Oh my god. And to make it habitable, turning from this into this. Move the bit. This is just basically telling you, some of these are more advanced things that we're not quite there yet. This tells you kind of logistics, placing buildings, global information, and then city supply transport. You have trucks. There's also trains or monorails, which we're not quite there yet, which would be awesome. Trains work like roads, except you must build rails in a way there are no U-turns. They can't have a dead end. So you have to kind of have stuff like this, which it kind of makes sense. We'll get into that later on. This is just more help with city supplying, and then there's a whole bunch more, well, later on that we can eventually get to. So we'll just close this diagram. We know exactly what we need to do. We need to build extractors, and the way the game works is you build things and they just get placed into your, like, I guess global inventory is kind of how you would say it. Not really sure how else you would, however else you would call it. I don't know. Basically, we're producing 15. Here we're using 3. Yeah, I don't know. The ratio is still a little bit confusing to me, honestly. But, you know, we're doing quite fine here. I want to load this one up. Basically do this, mimic this over here, because we got to create more steel bars, and then that goes into this, and then that's going to have to go into an assembly plant, which is going to make depots. And that's kind of what you have to start doing in the beginning anyway, is you have to start. Can I phantom these? I cannot. Okay. So, and then basically this will just continue until these run out, which there's 396 in each one of these. Everyone has a little bit more. This one's 400. The more in the middle you get, the more dense it's going to be. The ones on the outside will obviously have less to them, as typical any game has. Here we need 3 steel bars here. So the issue right now is just getting in the ore. Is it getting in the ore? I'm not really sure if that's the issue or not. Let's see. So the issue is, yeah, getting in the ore. So we need to build. I want to build one more of these here, because we have 4 and this one has 5. I want to build one more, and that'll give us our objective, and then we can progress to the next level, or the next thing, I guess you would kind of say it. Right now we have 2 depots, and we want to just create. We want tons of these things right now. 10 extractors, so you can go back to your history if you want, and you right click, clears the thing. At the bottom left of your screen it has latitude, longitude, temperature, min max, and then water, which obviously water is 0 because we have no water. Mountains are mountains which are not habitable at this point in the game. We have one more to get through, and yes, our last one, and then place it, and then guess what? We now unlock level 2. Objective: build 5 factories. Right, we have 2 made. We have to use steel and mechanical parts. We can make mechanical parts. We can unlock building of factories, and we can unlock building of assembly plants, which is exactly what we need. Not yet, though. We're building. These are gonna be for depots. These are gonna be extractors. But what I kind of want to do is, I think I want to. The issue here is material. Like we're waiting. Actually, no, we're not waiting on materials. Is not the problem. Yeah, it kind of is, I guess, the problem, isn't it? So what we could do as well over here, because we're going to need tons of extractors, we can build another one of these here, and we'll just do iron ore here, and then we can just continue on building these around here, because as you see the little lines, this will all filter into the same place, I guess, the same thing. And as far as upgrades for these, it says duplicate. Basically, a duplicate is kind of like your copy mode will duplicate what you have. But the idea here is we need to make more of these, which we need more of this, which we need more ore, which is what we're going to be working on now. So our next objective, this is all the okay, wow, never mind. Our next objective is to build 5 factories. Now, factories, to build them, they require mechanical parts. So we basically have to do another set of these. How many depots? We actually have 4 depots right now. So we could probably change this to be making which one makes mechanical parts? This makes mechanical parts. We'll go into this one, and this one will go into making assembly plant. Actually, it's going to making factories, because our next objective is to make factories. Oh. Wait, what? Oh no, this has to store mechanical parts, because we're gonna make this takes. We actually did it backwards. Shoot, this has to make steel. Yeah. So then basically this one will just be deleted, because it's just weird. I guess we wouldn't have had to delete it, but I wanted to delete it anyway. Mechanical parts. This one here is going to be taking steel, and this one is going to be spitting out mechanical parts. There we go. Okay, now we're good to go here. So this is going to churn away and make mechanical parts, and then I do want to reset up the whole thing making depots. But I want to get, you have to kind of do things little by little by little here. We could actually probably do another 2 extractors here. I want to really load up on making extractors, because we need tons of them. That's like the big thing right now. I can actually put that there, and then this is going to do iron ore, and we have no factories, so we got to make factories, and that's what we're making. This is making mechanical parts, and then we have one assembly plant here is going to be making factories, and then the factories then have to go into, you guessed it, actually no, sorry, mechanical buildings don't go into depots. I'm sorry, excuse me there. So we need to start making more factories, because we got to set up, like the beginning of the games here, as you do this, is you set up your basic infrastructure, making tons of, you know, extractors. We made another one here. We just got to keep pumping them out. Like the main thing you're gonna need are extractors in the beginning, just tons and tons of them. This one here is, I can place the factory down here. We're gonna make steel bars, of course. This is gonna go here. We're gonna have steel bars, of course, and then once the other factories are being made, which are being made here, we still need a lot more resources here. That's for sure. We have to kind of double up on some of these as well. Eventually, we'll get to that stage. This one's gonna be done. We should have another one right now, which will go. I guess we'll put it here, because they have to be connected. Like, because we're on a hexagonal grid. So if you have something placed here, you can have 6 inputs to it, right? So if you have an output, you can only have 5 inputs. Unless you do some kind of janky this way, so you actually have 4 inputs plus 5 inputs. You actually have 9 inputs going into this one, which, as you can see, we're actually doing quite well with the storage. Except this is still quite slow. But again, this is fine for now. A couple more extractors. This is making... Oh, do we have any... We do have a factory. This factory can now make... Oh, wait a minute. We actually... Oh! We're getting ahead of ourselves here, guys. Oops, I closed that off. We reached level 3 because I placed down the 5th factory that we needed. Now, like, it goes pretty quickly, guys. When you start out like this, it goes... Our population right now is 9. We have to get to a population of 10 in our biggest city. I'm pretty sure that's what this means, 9. Well, this is objective 3 of 10. I think because in your biggest city... Oh, I think each city has 3 people. That's why it says 9. Build a supply center, connect with the city, bring us. So we have to make roads. We have to make all these things now. So guess what? We're not set up for that quite yet. We have to keep kind of going back to basics here. This is not what I want. This needs to be an assembly plant. Are we making assembly plants anywhere? Can I make them? Assembly plants are made from mechanical parts. This is making mechanical... Where are we making mechanical parts? This is steel bar. This is making mechanical part. Oh, here we're making factories. We have factories now. Let's go out of the factories, and then we can make... actually, you know what we could do? Is we need to make assembly plants, and then we can start piggybacking off of these two. We're still making lots of extractors, which we just got to keep pumping it out. Pump out, pump out, pump out, pump out. Which I think what I might actually do is delete this one and put another factory here that's going to make steel bars. Because I think we need the speed. Like, we need to make this faster to make more extractors. Or not to make more extractors, to make this go faster, because this is stocked up, right? And this needs to go to here and to here to both make mechanical parts, or steel bars, excuse me, to then go into this. Because you see, we're still at a deficit here. As soon as this one finishes, these are being used right away. This one is just making steel bars here. We actually have our assembly plant now, so this assembly plant can start making... what do we have? We're making... How are we making? We're making extractors. This is assembly plant, so we're making mechanical parts. We need to actually piggyback off of this a bit more here. So we're going to have this one making assembly plants. This one needs to be making extractors. This or making extractors. Oh, I don't want to make 2 sets of extractors. That's my mistake. This one needs to be making factories. Factories, yeah. So we have factories being made. We have extractors being made, and we have the assembly plants being made. Now we also have to make depots, and depots are made by using steel bar, which is this, right? So what we can do is actually, it's made in an assembly. Actually, it's made in a what? Assembly plant, I assume, right? Yeah. So we can piggyback off of this one because we kind of need some of each, basically. And again, once you get to a certain level, you basically come in, you delete the plant. You kind of get your resources back. It doesn't really matter. All right, cool. We're chumming away here. So what I want to do is go over to the next thing is the city center. We need concrete, so we need to make concrete. So we need, guess what? Concrete is made by using what? Not aluminum. It's being used by making sulfur. Oh, we actually have iron here too, which will come in handy later on. We need things that jump together. So what we'll do is we'll put one of these down here. We're going to be collecting concrete for this one, obviously. Or sorry, this has to... keep forgetting that you click on it like that. We're actually going to make concrete. Concrete is made from sulfur. This is going to take sulfur, and then this is going to be concrete. And then we're going to be tons of extractors. The same deal again. Something like this. And what I'm actually going to do is, if I put another of these, we'll be able to get 1, 2, 3 more. We'll be able to get, I should have backed this up one more, but that's okay. Do this is going to take sulfur, and we're going to do extractor, doop. Now we should be able to pump out concrete pretty well, and then we have to go into an assembly plant to make roads out of that. So it's you get one concrete gives you 4 roads. We need tons of that. Trucks require mechanical parts. So again, this is just to get baby steps, baby steps in the door here. How are we doing here? I always look at my left side bar here because this is basically your inventory in a sense, and everything's making pretty well. We still have to make things like trucks, mechanical parts. So do we have an excess of mechanical parts somewhere? Steel bars. This is mechanical parts. We have no excess of any of them. So what that means is we should set up a whole another setup, which we could go into, say right here. We're gonna do iron because we have this stuff here, right? We're gonna go to a factory, which we're gonna make steel bars, and then we're gonna have another. This is gonna go into steel bars. And then this one here is going to be making mechanical parts. And then this is going to go... actually, mechanical parts will get put into... Yeah, they will get put into a depot, of course. They're going to be mechanical parts. Cool. So mechanical parts are going to be put here. And then from there, we can get assemblers, which we have one here. This is going to be making trucks. And then this one over here... Where's our sulfur at? Over here is going to be making, we're going to piggyback off of this one, and this one here is going to be making not trucks, but we're going to be making supply centers, and supply centers need concrete as well. So if you click on this now, we're going to be making a supply center. Takes a while, but we'll make a few, and then we'll delete the building, of course. It'd be nice if you could just turn it off, but you kind of can't. It's just fine. And then we're making roads, and we also need to make trucks, which trucks are being made. Trucks are being made right over here. And they're slow going, and then what we also have to make from that is we have to click on our objective. We should also have a road stop, which the road stop is under what? Huh. We should be able to make road stops. Our next closest city is up here, obviously. They all will have 3 people to them. So we have our building center. We do. We can place that right here. Now, I'm not exactly sure if they take... We also have to put a depot in, and we have to put a depot. That I do know. And we're going to be taking... Well, we don't know what we need yet. What do they need to advance? Build a supply center, connect with the city, bring it the resources it requires to grow. Well, what does it need to grow? Doesn't say, does it? I'm pretty sure it needs concrete to grow. We need concrete. So then we're going to set this one obviously to concrete. And then what we got to do is we got to figure out our road system here. We have, how many roads do we have? We have 27 roads. So I think what we'll do is we'll go up this way. Because remember, hexagonal grid, right? So you click and you drag like that, and then you click. Remember, it's all hexagonal, so you can't go, quote, straight in a sense. But this is fine. I'm not sure why we can't build the roundabout roads. You can also use the right mouse button to move the screen as well. A little bit slower than the other ones. So we are producing here. It might be a bit of a bug somewhere because... Oh, I know why. is because we're not actually... We don't actually have... Oh, we can't make them. It's interesting. Huh. I might have missed something. I wonder if there's a bit of a bug. Because we should be able to build the whatchamacallit's there. I didn't really want to do it like that, but... Oh, we need a lot more roads too. Geez, we need tons more roads. So what are we actually making here? Supply centers. I don't think we need any more than that, so you just delete the building. And then this is going to be making... Oh, extractors. I didn't even... What was it going to make there? I'm not sure what I was going to make here. Oh, it's going to make the turning things. Okay. It applies cities with resources. Okay, so that's interesting. So now, we don't appear to be able to make the turnaround things. Oh. Wonder if it's set up differently these days. Again, it's been a while since I played this, like I said. We just gotta make tons of roads right now. Like, that's the biggest issue. It's not an issue, it's just what we need to do. I'm gonna get another assembly plant going. We just gotta make roads like crazy right now. So I could probably even piggyback to... Oh, that. We're going to do sulfur, and we're going to do a couple extractors here and here. Yeah, I should have pumped this back a little bit farther, but that's okay. We're still making roads, which is exactly what we need to make. We have tons of trucks being made, which is fine. And then we can come down here. So how are we doing with everything else? 10. What is building factories, by the way? Factories and depots. Okay, that's why. So I think what we'll do is we'll cool it on the depots for now. You just delete it, basically. It doesn't really do anything. Just deletes it, which is fine. Extractors are fine. I mean, eventually we should set up a whole nother line just to make depots. I mean, we could probably do that literally right now, right? Do that here. Yeah, let's just set it up. That's going to go to there. This is going to go to here. It's going to make a steel bar. That's going to go into here, which is going to make a steel bar. And then we're going to go... Oh, we're actually out of factories. Shoot. Oh, because this one isn't... Oh, that's why. Because we can't make... Oh. Factories are made with mechanical parts. Which is... Ah, no wonder. I'm like, what the heck's going on? Why is it not working? That's why it's not working. Huh. Oh, right. Okay, so I'm a little bit actually behind here. So we need to switch this one here to be making factories. That's why it wasn't working. Interesting. Okay. So we can at least get it set up a little bit here. Ah, right. Okay, so it goes to the smelter, then it goes to a factory again, and then it's going to go to this one, and then this one is going to be your mechanical parts, and then this one here is going to be your assembler, and this is then going to make the assembly plants, which is fine. We just need one factory to be made, which is almost made now, and then we're going to be good to go, I think. One factory to set to mechanical parts. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Yeah, well, okay, so that was way out. That's my mistake. This is actually full here. Is that full? Well, that's not working. It doesn't say that it's full. But it looks like it's full, right? Oh, because this isn't connected to anything. That's just not connected to anything. No wonder it's not working. It's like, oh, it's not working. There we go. Now we're turning away. Okay, now we're making what we need. The road thing still is a bit kind of weird to me because... Wow, this is so far away, isn't it? You can actually go like... Wow. We need so many more roads. So many more roads, guys. Jeez Louise. We need to really ramp up road production, I think, big time. Basically copying and just delete these couple, and if we go into an assembly plant again, do another road, because we have the concrete's being supplied just fine. That's not the issue. I wish I could copy paste everything. Something's a bit of a miss as far as why I can't build the turnarounds. Something might be a little bit bugged that way. I'll have to look into that. Because it says unlocked road stops, but our road stops aren't unlocked. Interesting. Yeah, it's not like you click on it. Or maybe is it tab? No, it's not that. It just says roads. Interesting. I'll look into that real quick. I wonder why that's not working. We can do some troubleshooting while we're together, because why not? Yeah, here it says, after building some roads, select the truck, click on the first hex. Oh, there you go. There you go. So it's different then. Before you used to place the stops. That's exactly the issue then, isn't it? Okay. So can this actually hold roads? It can't. The roads have to. All right. So that's how you do it then. I was wondering if that's how you did it or not. Interesting. Okay. Well, now I know, right? So this isn't gonna be that good then. Okay, we're fine then. We just gotta get a lot more roads being made. Roads. I'm gonna bring it across when I want to bring it straight like that, and then straight over, and then see if I can diagonal it straight down to here eventually. When we're getting there, we're connected. Where's our? Oh my God, we're so far away though. Oh man, I should have almost started building closer together. I should have built our concrete farm right here. You know what? I think I'm gonna build another one right here. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to build it right here. Because it makes so much more sense to do it like that. And we're going to go into a factory, which will make concrete, and this is going to go into here, which is going to hold concrete. And then this one here is going to be, just that. And then okay, So let's go up into our demolish tool. Eventually we're going to use this road, but for now okay, that makes so much more sense to do it that way. Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking there. I was kind of off the ball, but which is still fine. I mean, we're okay. We're just gonna keep building roads, which is still fine. We can build our road system. We can still build it like this to eventually have it connect to that, and then from here, we want to have this connecting to that. There we go. And now we go into our trucks, and we click this is the start, and this is the end. And then we're going to do concrete. There we go. It automatically does it. And down here in the bottom right is, because in the demo, remember how hard this was to figure out? We're going to do, how many did I do? Do 10 trucks. I don't think we'll be able to support 10 trucks with this little setup. Oh, yeah, because they're waiting. But what we can do is we can at least get working on this while we continue to connect up the big road, which is going to basically go completely straight across the whole map, basically. How more do we have? Yeah, okay. This is a lot better. A lot better. Oh, this is a lot better of a system. Because let's go back to this here, because we're actually now taking in items. It basically unloads it to here, and it goes to the distribution center. And then that should then be going. Here we go. So every 10... it'll give you, well, we'll see what happens. We'll wait for it to happen. There we go. Right. Oh, there we go. So what did it do? It just gave us. Oh, we're only at 67%. I think that's the problem. Cool. So yeah, you can still click on this though. Supply center, and then the supply center tells you what it wants, and it wants concrete. And we're slowly but surely we're bringing concrete. So it's using every I don't know, tick. Oh, we're good. We hit good. So the supply now is good. So we're achieving what we need. So now our population, this is now turned into, it turned green, which is a good thing, I think, because now it's going to work, right? Because as long as you're supplying it with enough things, I think we're going to be fine. Now, the question here is, if I put 2 supply centers down, what does that do? Theoretically, it should double up the speed of this. However, it doesn't look like it's doing that, does it? Doesn't look like it's doing that now, does it? Okay. Because, it's interesting. Why is, okay, it doesn't seem like it wants to work. Like, it doesn't want to work double. But this is 4 population. Status is growing 100%, city supply 100%. So as long as you keep supplying things properly, your percentage or whatever you want to call it will keep going up, which which is good. Is this one ticking? Oh, it is working. Okay, so they don't... All right, so you can't actually use 2 for the same good. Okay, that makes sense. Well, let's delete this one then. So you can only use 1 per demand, because I guess it's because they're only demanding a certain amount. But here we're up to 13. Remember, it was 10 before. The issue is we have to keep the supply up, which right now I think the supply is perfectly fine. And we just have to wait for this to grow, and we'll keep an eye on it up here. But what we can do in the meantime is we can continue on. Oh yeah, we can continue on our roads for sure. We're gonna come straight. Yeah, this is gonna come straight. Come on, straight across. Yeah, this is gonna be like our. This will be our like super highway that we have, or well, whatever the equivalent of super highway is in this game. That's what this will be, basically. What key is the F key, right? No, just delete. I'm gonna delete some of these. Middle mouse button, this one, and then we're not quite there yet. We have. Oh yeah, we need a few more roads. Yeah, like really a few more. We can do this. There we go. It's hooked up. So that means this should also. I should also be able to click on a truck here and drop this fault all the way over. This is far, but it's fine because it should still be okay. Dump it there, and we're gonna do concrete, and we're gonna do 5 more trucks. So let's go back here to see are the trucks actually working. Trucks are waiting to be loaded. Oh, because this one's okay. You're right. That's why this has to go. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is this will never get what we needed to get. Okay, I see. See the dilemma here. So what we'll do is we can actually we can leave this. So it's one system. Annual transfer capacity, truck stop, road stops, order, unload, offload. Okay, so this is basically, yeah. If I delete that, that's fine. So the road is connected. Because eventually we're going to need things like sulfur, and we're going to need some of these things. We're going to need lots of items. So now this is in green because it's the biggest city that we have. We're up to 7. I can't. Oh, look! It's building things. It's all called the same. So it looks like this is where we came in on. This looks like a water station. This here you can't turn the map, as far as I know. Yeah, you can't. It just cycles through things. Oh, that's so cool. Then it turns. Oh, so as the city grows, it puts on like new buildings. That's why if you've seen some of the previews, they're like sprawling cities because it automatically does that based on what resources is coming in. So you can't have more than one of these. Whoops, that didn't sound good because we're producing tons of stuff. Oh, it's gonna take over. Where it goes? Oh, we have one more. So we're at 9. I was gonna see what happens when we hit 10. Here we go. Should it do it? Hey, level 4. The next population is reached, so it's 100, which is pretty good. But now look at that. Bigger cities require new resources. Now we have aluminum, carbon, oxygen, atmospheric extractor, landmark tower. Oh my gosh. So now we have tons more stuff we have to mess with. All right. Oh, but look though. It looks like it's looking kind of terraformy. So what is it? Now they want oxygen. So I bet you down here is where you could put one here for oxygen. I bet you could do that. Oh. Mechanic. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna build one here, and then we're gonna select. So yeah, if you put, I don't know if it's gonna work like that though, because it needs both. Because right now it's limited. Our growth is limited because we're only bringing in so much. So I should almost leave. I should almost not have done that. I'm gonna leave it. I want to see what happens. Because once this ticks over, this one will tick. It'll go back and forth. But you know what? We reached population of 11. This will continue to expand. We have another one up here. Look. It's awesome. I'm pretty sure it expands like this way because it can't really expand that way because then how would you get to your supply centers? Because as far as I know, you can't delete these things. I'm hesitant to do that. Oh, you can. Oops. Okay, so never mind. So these are just things that generically increase. It didn't do anything to... Oh, it did. It deleted... Oh, okay. Now population is down to 9 again. Now it's down to 8. Whoops. Because I deleted that building. Well, there's your problem. Don't delete buildings. All right, cool, guys. But you know what? I think we're actually going to call an episode here. This is a great part 1. We're doing really well. This game, so far, it's been a lot better than even the demo because when you place a building, you automatically will select, like it gives you that pop-up to select what you want it to make, or depot what you want the depot to do, which is really, really helpful in my opinion. We're chugging away here where our supply is perfect. Like our supply is at well, this probably is 50% because we're only doing 50% of, like, we're not, you know what I mean? Actually, I'm going to delete this while we're here. I'm just going to keep messing me up. So I am deleting some resources. So it's limited because we need oxygen. It's still growing, but it's growing at a 50% rate, which is not the best. But you know what, guys, we're going to end it here. Thank you so much for joining me. I mean, this is a fun game. I can't wait to get to where we're actually doing terraforming. I mean, I think maybe we could do 100, 1,000, a million population. Who knows? Maybe we'll cover the whole entire globe here with vegetation, these big craters with water or something. Oh, it looks so cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a like as well as a comment. We'd much appreciated. And if you're enjoying this series, hit that subscribe button. We have lots more for this game that we're going to explore together, and I can't wait to do it with you guys hanging out with me while I do it. All right, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll catch you next time.